What's up YouTube? This is Master Renz and welcome back to my channel. So sa video ito, manonood tayo kay Nuke'S Top 5 ng pamagatay scary videos you can't unsee. So bibihira lang mag-upload na to si Nuke'S Top 5 pero napakaganda ng mga video nito. Every upload ng mga video, yung mga video niya ng mga top 10, top 10 na ngayon siya eh. Napakaganda ng mga scary ghost video nito. So subscribe kayo kay Nuke'S Top 5. Saka syempre, subscribe kayo sa aking channel na Master Renz. At pakiclick na rin ang bell button para lagi tayong magkasama sa panonood. So, ano pang iniintay natin? Huwag na natin patagalin to. Let's go sa go!
Late one evening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her two sons. But then, Heather suddenly spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
Pagbata.
There's like little mosquitoes.
Ayun no? Ano yun? Tapos nagulat siya.
What? What did you say?
Baka atin ng Halloween party to.
What did you say, Mommy? I didn't hear you.
You gotta keep that open so doesn't get all musty.
Nagulat siya eh. Ano kaya
You
yun?
can't tell me to fucking go.
Heather whispers, "She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like, quote, a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face. Heather is now freaked out. She can't understand why no one else saw the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right by.
Nakunan
It just
na eh.
immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum, the Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry.
So a little backstory, I live about a
pala.
mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the, I'm pretty sure, the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through. And these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded. Like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do
Tagal na ng
to bathe
hospital
the
na to, ah.
patients, get them to cafeteria,
Black and white pa.
take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold. It's not normal. It feels weird. Like you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies. And there was still those like metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there, and I'm like, oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's
Nag-explore
dad
pala
lived
sila
in the
dun.
same house as a boy. When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital. So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital? And if not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk?
Sa bagay nga, no? Mga ganun na pag mga ospital nga. Balita, paano mo natin sa ospital? Pag mga abandon talaga, mostly. Mga ospital na nag-abandon na, mostly, malaki yung chance na malakas ang, or mahami magpapahamdam dyan. Kasi nga ospital, yung mga namamatay dyan, syempre. Yung mga nakakausap din ako na yun nga, pag nag-duty sila sa mga late night shift, may mga papahamdam din silang nahamdaman pero hindi na daw nila pinapansin. Tapos doon naman sa eksenang yun nga, pansin ko din na mukhang hindi napansin ng ibang mag-anak ng ibang family members. Tanging kabukod-tanging yung babae lang nakapansin doon sa babaeng nakadress na pang-nurse. So yun lang yung napansin ko na malaki ang chance na bulto yung nakunan doon sa video.
Oh no. Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom. Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years. So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
So for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent. And all of a sudden, I hear Santa.
Sorry.
And I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not. And this is my basement. Summer.
Oy, si Chucky
Tell
to
me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
Yeah, it's right there.
What?
Yeah, it's in there.
Ano kaya to?
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months,
Oh, wala.
and it's off.
Naka-off. Huh?
Cara's daughter flips through a
Ano
box
nangyari
which
yun?
ironically contains two old Chucky
Gagi,
dolls,
paano yun?
only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weird.
Sa akin, posibleng mga-off kagad yun kasi sa itsura pa rin. Balikan natin yung ano.
Even though the power switch is turned.
Ayun no, hindi kagad-agad yan kasi nakalubog yun eh. Malalim. Kumbaga, kung hindi posibleng sasabit at magagalaw yung switch. So, sa video to, agulat ako, gumagaras bilang nawala, naka-off pala. Ito yung nakakatakot.
Off. But there's something even weirder here that video viewers noticed after this clip was uploaded. Because, did you hear it?
Ay hindi, ano yun?
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months,
Dahuan lang nakinig ko eh. Oy, meron nga. No
and
stop.
it's off.
Just as the Santa doll is picked up and suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!"
Ay, lahuan lang yun.
So is Cara's basement haunted? Is the little Santa doll
Baka yung lahon lang yun, yung siyempre tumutunog kanina. O siyempre ihilain, tapos biglang namatay nga. Pero ang creepy nun, naka-off. Di ba kitang-kita naka-off siya pero umaandar mag-isa. Yun yung nakakatakot. Pag ganyan itapon na yan, mga ganyan lahuan.
possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide. Daddy Ghost. One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter when the little girl says something very strange.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy.
Ah, daddy.
Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Nakikita siya, oh. Patay.
Where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh.
Your daddy's
Nakakatakot to, bata nakakita.
Daddy's missing me?
That's your dad.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
Tapos tinuturo niyo kung nasaan, no?
Okay, show me.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father passed away. So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
Yes?
Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy.
Ah, yun pa, oh.
Yeah. And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
Na-confirm niya, oh.
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Hey, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Ramon.
The drawer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Saan kaya to? Naku, alam ng bata, oh.
Oh, my arm.
Mas walang tao.
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy Ghost. But Cheyenne says that some online comments have scared her a bit.
She calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video. I also had a lot of comments saying that it wasn't like something nice. It was something mean. That freaked me out, so don't say that again. A lot of people were telling me don't communicate with it. I'm not. I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. Tell him, Mabel.
So is Cheyenne's daughter seeing the ghost of her granddad stopping by for a visit? What do you think?
Pagka ganun, dapat kung ako sa kanila, yan nila yung bata sa pwedeng spiritista o sa pari. Kasi nakakaawa din eh. Na nakakatakot na bata pala nakakita sila ng mga ganyang entity. Eh, mostly nga, may iba ding nagsasabi na baka hindi na mismo yung kaluluwa ng daddy. Baka ibang mga evil spirit ba na nagpapanggap lang na daddy nila o ibang kamag-anak. So syempre, maliling lang kasi bata eh. Yun ang nakakatakot dun.
A grave situation. A young woman named Britt lives on a large horse ranch in the mountains. She says that lately, things around the ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange. It all starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So, I'm recording this just in the off chance that no one believes me. Maybe I can catch it.
Oh, takaling tapat to.
Cemetery in my front yard.
Uy! Bakit may sementeryo ka dyan?
Myself with my dog.
Kakaiba to si may-ari ng bahay. May sementeryo sa bakuran niya. Grabe yun ah. Pwede nga sila magmukbang dyan.
She's talking about room upstairs. You can really hear her working from here. Josie? Josie?
Aso yun ako.
Yeah, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled, I kind of like booked it. But I don't really know, like.
Pag ganyan pa naman may nakikita yan. Pag gaganyan.
Stands while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone to walk out of that closet? Like, I just don't really know what she's staring at. Because again, like, this is usually how she looks when she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like,
wala.
What? What is it? What is it?
May nakikita siya. May nakikita yan.
The dog starts ferociously barking at the upstairs bedroom closet for absolutely no reason. But little Josie's strange behavior doesn't stop there. As Britt mentioned, she has a private cemetery in front of her house where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together. Recently, the dog
Bakit may
Josie has just
cementerio
started
dyan?
staring at the small graveyard.
Josie.
Baka may namimiss siya, kaya nandyan.
Josie, what's going on?
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, that's not creepy. Seriously, what are you two looking at?
May nakikita sila. Pag ang mga hayop, malaki ang chance may nakikita.
But now, weirdest of all, Britt says that lately the neighbors' cows have started to wander over to her property, and they also just weirdly stand around the small graveyard.
See, this
Sila
is
din?
what I'm
Pati
talking
sila?
about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now. It's a newer development. Like,
Mga
why?
statwa lang, oh.
They just kind of come and really breathe around this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move. So, yeah. What's up?
Britt is confused and a little creeped out by all of the animals' strange behavior. But things are about to take an even more terrifying
Meron
turn.
pa.
One night, Britt orders some food from Uber Eats. The driver is a bit disturbed by the gathered cows at the graveyard, but he completes his delivery. And then, things just get weird.
Ano kaya mangyayari dito?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
This is location is outside. No here.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. No problem.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You're a cowboy?
I scared. He's like, oh.
They're actually not mine. They wasn't showing up.
No.
No.
Baka magalit yung kapitbahay mo.
They come around here every night.
Hindi pala iyang baka, baka sa kanila.
Yeah. What would you do if this happened in your house?
Oh my god. Hi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ang takot na siya eh.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
Tumunog yung alarm. Hindi pa pag tumutunog ang alarm, ibig sabihin, may ano yan, kumbaga, tawag ito, hindi ko alam kung yun yung ata yung burglar alarm. Pag may pumasok na hindi kilala, madedetect yan ng alarm dyan. Alam ko wala dito na sa Pilipinas, sa ibang bansa, pero sa pagkakaalam ko may, yun yung, ano yan eh, gagawin ng alarm na yan eh. Pag may pumasok na hindi kilala nung, hindi sa bahay, na malaking chance na, nadetect nga yan. Uy, ayun oh! Gagi, ano yun? Hinilo.
Something sets off the alarm inside Britt's house, and as she carefully walks back inside, some unseen force seems to actually grab and pull her shirt. She drops her food in terror and runs back
gulat na gulat
out.
siya oh.
Britt says that she was too afraid to return to the house. She spent the rest of the night in the family RV that was parked outside. Hunted.
Ay, ako
Nick
hindi
and
ako uwi
Ted from
nun.
the YouTube channel The Hunting Public are out bow hunting on public lands in the remote wilderness of Missouri. Suddenly they hear something that sends chills down their spines. Now, let me say before I show you these clips, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, no one is shown being hurt in the following video. There's absolutely no evidence that any crime was committed in this video or that anyone was injured in any way. Alright, so, while Nick and Ted are hunting, they hear a gunshot, followed by some insane screaming. They immediately grab their camera and start recording. Now, Nick and Ted are in such a remote area of the Missouri woods that they have no cell service to call the authorities. So, all they can do is listen.
Nasigaw eh. Nako, yun na.
I keep getting chills all down my back. Yeah. Somebody's screaming at the absolute Doppler monk over there. Very not good obscenities to someone else. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
Ano kaya yan? Dapat sinilip nila eh. Nako po, ayun na. Wag na pala, wag na.
Something not good's going on.
Kaya kung makitest yun, kung dito sa Pilipinas makitest yun, makalalaksan panloob, tapos kukuha na ng video, kukuha na ng camera yung eksena kung saan yung sumisigaw. Diba? Kung saan nagpuputukan din.
Again, Nick tries to call someone to report the incident, but they still can't find a spot in the woods with cell service.
We ain't got any service in here, so can't call the police and tell them to go over there and see what the heck's going on, but sound like something off a dang horror movie over there. I mean, we're just like a guy that's absolutely losing his mind over there.
At this point, Nick and Ted are totally freaked out. They just head back to their truck so that they can get out of there and call the police.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police
department. Tama yung ginawa nila. For their safety.
Me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon. But then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening. I have pins dropped on a map about how far we were from where we think this was occurring. We didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
Days later, Nick and Ted provide an update on what happened after their terrifying encounter in the woods.
So after that hunt, you can see we alerted proper authorities, and the days following that event, I had some contact with the state game warden, and they told me that they found nothing on this situation, and they went in there, and there was nothing to be found.
Even though Nick and Ted reported the disturbing incident and even provided GPS coordinates to local authorities, nothing was found at the site. There's absolutely no evidence that any kind of horrible event ever took place there.
You know, it freaked us out, and, you know, we really got unsettled by it, and we weren't scared that, you know, someone wasn't coming after us, but we had heard something that it could have been, your mind goes to think about what could that be, and I immediately go to worst case scenario.
So did Nick and Ted just hear someone having a random temper tantrum or a breakdown? Was it just someone freaking out and maybe just shooting guns at a tree stump?
Dami nun, no?
Or was it something much more disturbing? You decide. For the full-length version of this video, be sure to check out the channel, The Hunting Public. Shadow of a Doubt. Now, I've covered the strange and creepy story of a woman named Rosanna in one of my previous videos. Rosanna lives in France in an apartment that she claims is intensely haunted by some mysterious dark entity. One night while she is home alone, she starts to hear strange sounds coming from her children's playroom. What she catches on camera is truly chilling.
Ano kaya to? Ay, yung bola. Uy! Gumalaw mag-isa. Naku po, ayun na. Ng bato. Oh. Ginalaw na yung mga laruan. Oh, ayun oh. Ayun nga oh.
Toys in the playroom begin to move on their own, and as Rosanna goes to investigate, she notices something very strange. Did you see it? In the window reflection, the large shadowy figure of a man seems to be standing right behind her. But when she spins around, there's no one there. Rosanna sees the strange shadow behind her again in the reflection, but then the figure just disappears. Rosanna claims that this dark spirit has haunted her apartment for months, but she just can't afford to move out right now. So is Rosanna being haunted by some evil entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. A guide to the other side. A young woman named Diana posted a very disturbing video to Instagram. In the video, Diana and her brother are watching as the police arrive at a trailer at the edge of their property. The police are showing up for a wellness check after the sad, lonely man who rents the trailer has not been seen for weeks. It turns out that the man had unfortunately passed away inside the trailer. This is the footage.
Right there.
Ah. Ay, alam ko to.
Wait, they're going up to Tom's place. So wait, you said the light wasn't off?
Yeah, exactly. And I knew something was going on.
Ayun oh, yung may bata.
That's loud.
Nawawala oh.
Holy shit, the hell? Oh my god, they're calling.
Kamehon ulit.
Are they calling somebody in?
Nawala.
Back over. What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can check or something to figure out?
Jesus. Abby's okay.
Ang naalala ko dito sa kwentong to, tatay yung bata, yun yung anak nung may-ari, yung nakatira sa trailer truck eh, na sinusundo na niya yung tatay niya.
Did you see it?
Ayun, no.
The small shadow of a child can be seen lurking outside the trailer, seemingly lost and abandoned. But the police don't even notice, walking right by as if they can't even see the child. And then, suddenly, the small child's shadow just disappears. Watch again. The figure disappears into thin air right in front of the police, but they don't seem to see anyone. Viewers of the video pointed out that there was another odd apparition in this video. Something that looks like the shadowy figure of a man standing in the trailer window. So a few days later, Diana and her father go to check out the trailer, and things get really weird.
Oh my goodness.
Magulat.
Oh my God.
Patakbo siya, oh.
What was that?
Walk.
Ugh. Jeez. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait, did this guy have a kid? What is this?
Yeah, this kid died too, like, I don't know, before, a long time ago.
So first, Diana is terrified when a dead crow falls out of one of the cabinets, which seems odd as the man has only been deceased and out of the trailer for a few days. So how did the bird get there? But next, Diana sees a child's paintings on the refrigerator. Her dad tells her that the man had a horrible tragedy where his young daughter passed away many years ago at a very young age. But the man kept her drawings and mourned her for the rest of his life, descending into sorrow and alcoholism. So, is this childlike shadow figure the man's daughter coming back to meet him as he passes to the other side? What do you think? Mirror, mirror. A woman who goes by the online name Pixie Paranormal 1 is a psychic medium and paranormal investigator who has had quite a few strange experiences. Some that could be supernatural.
What is this noise? What is this noise?
And she has also experienced some scary incidents that are just a bit too real.
When the sun goes down.
Got a load
Sa
of kids
gubat sila.
running around in here. Can you hear them all?
That's a big ass dog.
That's a girl crying.
Nako. Umalis na kayo dyan.
Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people. Turn these lights off. Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off. Turn it off. I don't mind hunting ghosts, but it's the humans that worry me. Human beings freak me out.
But recently, Pixie Paranormal 1 had a very chilling experience right in her own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began to film. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Oh!
My mirror's
Hala!
coming by itself.
Oh, lol! Ay, sorry.
Harry, my mirror is cracking
Paano
by
nangyari
itself.
yun?
It's cracked twice so far. Why is it cracking by itself?
No fucking idea.
There's two me.
Nabasag ng kusa yung salamin. Ito yung nakakatakot dito. Baka may entity dun sa gubat na sinundan siya. Grabe to, oh. Ito yung nakakatakot. Nagbabasag na.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
Alright, let's just carry on with it. Like, why? It's me.
Stay there, don't go near it.
This way. I know. Mum, I know. I know. There's a naughty mirror. Wait. Where's the mirror cracking?
I don't know.
I know.
Alam daw niya.
The woman's mirror begins to break and crack all on its own right before her eyes. Even weirder, what looks like a strange misshapen face seems to appear in the slowly shattering mirror. So did one of the ghosts from Pixie's Paranormal Investigations follow her home? Or just what do you think?
Baka paradolya ata ang tawag sa ganyan eh. Pero gabi ito yung salamin, nabasag ng kusa. Yung nakakano siya eh. Nakakatakot na nakakagulat.
Is happening here. Scory videos.
Number 1 na.
And now again, we end this video with clips that might seem a bit spooky at first, but nah. Case in point, some Dutch urbex explorers are checking out an abandoned old building, and they find something absolutely terrifying.
Hij is allemaal...
Takbuhan sila.
Now, honestly, squatters in an abandoned house are much more dangerous than ghosts. Also, did you notice that this guy's friend has on the same jacket as the squatter guy? Truly bizarre.
Same.
And next up, a woman is chilled to her core as she wakes up to strange activity. Some unseen force seems to open and close the drawers in her bedroom.
Uy, gumagalaw mag-isa. Ano yun? Baka may sa loob ng cabinet eh. Ay! Pusa pala eh.
Then it's just her cat stuck inside her wardrobe chest. Look, there's his little head peeking out. And finally, Pedro sees a very strange shadow of what seems to be a person who is just not there.
May nakaupo. Ano yun siya? Sa lamesa niya. Oh! Baka naman sa upuan lang yan. Sa upuan nga. Ang galing nga.
And then Pedro realizes that he just has weirdly designed chairs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, please, if you want to.
Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Di kayo dito kay Nuke'S Top 5. Saka, thank you sa pagsama. Sana nagustuhan niyo itong video na to. Subscribe din kayo sa akin channel na Master Renz. So, yun. Subscribe kayo Nuke'S Top 5. So, thank you so much po. Ingat po kayo palagi.